Hello, Western Civilization 105 class. Um, this was the last week. This final is going to be this Thursday. And I want to congratulate all of you that stuck it out and got this far, and you really put a lot of hard work in. And so what I want to do right now, I want to explain everything that I think that you need to know that's very important for just like how we want to finish out the semester. So you'll notice that the final doesn't have that many points on the exam. And it's set up pretty much like the essays you've been doing on Sunday. Um, my philosophy is if you've been keeping up with this workload this far in class and you've been getting the work done, you've already demonstrated the level of where you're at with your grades. So I don't put a lot of weight on the finale of your grade based on the exam. This exam's a way for you to kind of get in the last batch of points and also say, synthesize what you know and kind of like articulate, some things about the class that you know. And so it's great for that. Now, listen very carefully to this next part that I'm telling you. On Canvas, I believe you can put the exam and you can put a 0 or you can put full points and see what that does to your grade. Some folks have so much extra credit, they've been going the extra mile with the class. It's not going to make a difference if they get a 0. If you choose not to do it for that reason, or let's say that you have a B or a C, some other grade, and you put in the full points and realize it's not going to change your grade. So it's not even going to make a difference. Like you see your grade, it is what it is, and you take the exam and it's not even going to change your grade. So if that's the case, sometimes students will write to me and they'll go into the link. So you'll go as if you know where you're going to take the exam, but you just write to me in there in the comment section, Mr. Pollock, I'm not going to take the exam, or say anything else you want to say to me, and I'll give you the 0, and you'll get the grade. You'll either get your A or the grade that you're going to get no matter what. Okay. Now here's what's very important. I do not help you figure this out. This is something that you do. If you look at your grades and you're looking at the points and you decide not to and you write that to me, that's what you're doing. Do not ask me, Mr. Pollock, can I afford not to take this exam? I mean it, don't ask me. Okay? I have this provision that I'm basically telling you, hey, it's not going to hurt my feelings. You got some choices you can make, but that's something for you to figure out. Okay? All right. So every semester, I have certain students that are just happy about this. They write me a letter. They don't take it. Others feel the need. The grade points can make a difference, and some even with extra credit are just the kind of student that always wants to do all their work and get it done. That's fine. So I'm encouraging you to always do your best and do what's best for you. And you can make that decision based on the information I just told you. You feel me? Okay. Now, late work. There, if you were somebody that was allowed to turn in late work, and we made an arrangement about late work, I also said in my last announcement, tonight by midnight is the last night to turn in that late work. If you did not make an arrangement with me already about late work, you cannot turn in anything right now. Do not. If you're a student out there who got really behind and then you think you're going to just throw a bunch of work at me, and we never had this discussion, and I've already said it in several announcements, you've got to communicate with me first. And I've already said that this by midnight, for those who've already been, allowed to do it, okay, that's the arrangement. So don't waste your time. Don't throw this out there like you should have had this arrangement with me before. Late work time is pretty much past. So you're rather somebody who has already had permission, you're going to turn it in by midnight tonight, or that ship has sailed. Okay. So, and many of you know, I really have tried to go beyond for everybody who's communicated with me. The issue is I just ran out of time. I have to be able to get everything graded. One other class, I got to grade the work that's coming in, and I got to grade your exams, and then I have a deadline that I have to follow to get it all turned in. So that's that. Um, and so, um, having said that, I think with this class, some of my classes have extra assignments that I changed an assignment, and then Canvas keeps an old assignment, and that's been a problem I've been having. I don't think I have it with this class, but if you see any assignments that I never assigned, don't worry about them. This is the issue with Canvas that I got to resolve. But everything that was in your modules, yeah, you were those were the ones that were due, and yeah, so that's that. So um, the last thing I just want to say too is again, I will be around. You can communicate with me if you want to contest something about your grade. If there's an arrangement we made that it seems like I forgot, or if there's any kind of problems, this is the time to speak up. Keep in mind, I've had several students point out that I kind of messed up with something with them, and I fixed it. They were right. Somebody gave me an assignment where I don't know if it was because Canvas or if it was just the way that the file was, but it was like they're giving notes and then there was a long gap of nothing, and the rest of the notes were at the bottom. So it looked to me, I gave up. I thought there was nothing else coming, and I didn't give them full points. Then I looked back and I'm like, oh, look, everything is there, because the student wrote to me and said, Mr. Pollock, what was wrong with the notes? And they said I did everything. So I double checked and fixed it. Some of the discussions, some of you asked for a chance to do those, and um, for some reason on the discussions, it doesn't always show me if you did go fix it after we've had that conversation. So maybe I said I was gonna grade something and then it didn't because it didn't look like you did the work, but you did. So let's just we'll take care of all that. Okay. So lastly, did we not cover everything that's a big deal right now, or what? And I know it's controversial. I know that some people are going to look at my class, and there might be some people critique the way that I've taught some parts of this. And I respect that. I hope what has happened is that for every one of you who I value as my students in the class, are at least doubling down and going down rabbit holes and exploring all these very important topics that I've covered. Look, history is important. History is the story of our human existence. It tells of us how we got here. And like all stories, there's conflicting stories. There's people who have loyalties in certain places versus others. There's people who value objective knowledge, and others people who value authority. A little bit of both, a little this and that. Like, it's a complex world, but I am a passionate believer in my field, even if it's not the most. To be honest, for a lot of us who teach history, we don't get the financial respect compared to other fields. That's true. But I would argue that we have a very important field. And the field is, again, it's about the study of our existence. And I think that's a pretty big deal. What else is there to study, really? Right? Um, so, again, it was a pleasure having everyone. We still have a chance for me to fix anything, or to have a discussion about any things, the questions you have on the assignments. I'm going to be around for the next day or two. There's no Zoom office hours left, but I can give time to anybody who's reaching out to me. So having said that, peace and blessings be upon everyone, and good luck with how you approach the final, and how you wrap up the semester.